God.
That's when my world would change. I'd be like, what the fuck is going on? No, y'all, honey. Do I have to suck the devil's dick? I'm confused. What are we talking about right now?
Oh my God. I'm siding more with that because I already know. Let me make it into the industry. I have.
What you gonna do when the Illuminati calls your phone?
I don't know what he's talking about. But what I will say is, let me get.
What is going on, world? I am Wesley from A Connection TV, the one channel on YouTube, where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences, and I am accompanied by
Devin. Hey guys, how you doing?
You guys have seen him on the show before. Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry if I look tired. If I am tired, this whole weekend has been a fun weekend, but a tiring one at that, because every day, starting from Friday really, was kind of busy. Friday night into Saturday, like only 3 to 4 hours of sleep. And then we had to get up to do something else again, and get up to do something else again. So I really haven't slept the full 8 or 7 long, restful, peaceful hours without having to do something. But this weekend was fun. We're going to talk about quite a few things in this video. It's going to be a freestyle video because Devin hasn't been on A Connection TV
in a long time.
Especially in a blog format. But yeah, we'll start off with my birthday weekend. So you want to start off?
Well, yes. So what was it? It was Friday. So Friday, it was this party at El Morocco in Harlem. Right? Did I say that right? Okay. El Morocco in Harlem. And it was a cool party. Our mutual friend of ours, Harold, was able to come out and surprise the heck out of him. I set that up too. You know, it was cool when you're in a friendship and it's like 3 or 4 of you guys, and 1 or 2 of them you haven't talked to for a while, and then one of them just shows up. It was kind of like that. So he was well surprised, and that was a nice way to kick off the party.
It was interesting because, like you said, I hadn't spoke to Harold in a long time. So when you care about someone and you don't really speak, and things have happened, and blah 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 blah, and I don't know. Here's what I'm gonna say about stuff like that. Whenever you get into a dramatic situation with a friend, if you really call that person a friend, it shouldn't take too much for any one of you to pick up the phone and hash everything out and get over it. Yeah. You know, in my situation, I'm very, how can I say this? I'm very blunt and kind of like nonchalant when I deal with certain things. So for me, it's just like, either you do or you don't. If we're over it, we're over it. Like, I'm over it, let's go. I don't want to talk about it, I'm done. So when you have an extreme situation where nothing is really discussed, because after the situation has occurred, it's just a lot of just empty space and nothing being resolved, and then time passes, and then you're just like, well, he should call me. No. Well, he should call me. Well, no. Well, I said what I had to say, and that's that. And 3 months passed, and you're like, well, ain't nobody called each other. So it's just like one of those situations. So for me, I still had the love, you know, had the love in the air and all that, but I'm very stubborn, and I'm just like, if I've already tried, I ain't gonna keep trying. Long story short, he shows up at my party at El Morocco's, and I was just completely shocked. I was completely shocked. Like, if we would have had the cameras rolling then, y'all would have saw some emotional shit, because I was crying like a bitch at my party because I was completely shocked that he showed up. And my thing is, although I'm not very vocal with my feelings, you know if I care about you or you know if I don't. Okay, like I said, I know I said it in another video before, like where people remember birthdays, and people put surprise birthday parties together, or where people call you every fucking morning and shit like that. Like, that's how certain people say, okay, he's my friend, he's my friend. I don't do all of that stuff. Okay, and so people will question, well, is he a good friend? Is he not a good friend? I just don't do all of that stuff. I do other things, to me, that makes it seem like, or should show you that I'm a good friend. So for me, like, if you were a third party watching the situation at El Morocco's last night, you would know after us reconnecting that, wow, Wesley really does care about this person, because I was crying my little eyes out and I hugged the motherfucker for like 30 minutes before I had to let his ass go because I was so shocked. You know what I'm saying?
You see what's so interesting about our mutual, all three of us, because we're all a mutual friend, so it's me, Wes, Wes, and Harold. We're all so different. You know, we got a Leo, Harold's a Virgo, and I'm a Libra. So they kind of were, kind of in there, well, that whole type, well, I haven't spoken. My thing is, I totally just believe in unity and kind of balancing things out. And so that's when the Libra comes in and saying, hey, so how about this? How about we do this? You know, I'm kind of like that back door that kind of brings everything around. Not to say that it took me to bring everything around, because nothing was really broke.
If it wasn't for him, we probably would have went through another 3 months. I mean, all honesty, we probably would have went through another 3 months. I'm moving. Y'all see my wall is empty as shit. I ain't got none of my pictures up here. I got a lot of stuff I got to do. So my mind is going one way. Like, my mind is one track right now. So if he wouldn't have had Harold come out and surprise me and all that extra shit, my weekend would not have been as phenomenal as it was, because when the three of us get together, it's like an explosion, because we all connect, and although we're different, we adopt similar connections despite our differences. Thank y'all for everybody that came out to El Morocco's. El Morocco's was a little weird because he didn't have both rooms open. I was kind of over that.
Happened to be
yeah, I still had a good time because people showed up. I had a boyfriend that night. Shout out to Jay, because he was my superb, sexy man for the night. And I say for the night because I'm moving to Florida and he's still living in New York. So nothing can happen because I don't do long distance stuff. I'm just stubborn in that way. Shout out to Kevin that came out. Shout out to Todd, Rashawn. Everybody that came out, thank you so much. Everybody that didn't, I still have love for you. And then that night, well, after that night was Saturday. And Saturday was the best freaking day of the weekend, because me, Devin, Harold, Maine, and Randy went to freaking Fire Island. And you guys will see footage in between this video of us with this weekend.
Absolutely.
But we went to Fire Island and I just had an amazing time. I hooked up with this little cutie. Ow! And he was just sexy brown skin. And it was and it was fun. But en route there, like, it's always good to ride in a car with people that you can connect with. And even if it's like new people that you haven't connected with, like, that's what starts the connection, is the drive in the car. Because we went to Burger King because bitches was hungry. And then we got en route to Fire Island. Now, for those of y'all that don't know, Fire Island is a gay city on an island off the coast of Long Island in New York. And I don't know of any other place that has a gay city on an island where obviously everybody's gay. Like, it's just fucking amazing. And Devin's never been there before. So en route, you know, everybody's jamming, listening to 80s and shit. And I'm getting over the music because I'm like, y'all bitches jamming, listening to some Chinese and some old ass 80s music and 90s music, and I'm just like, bye,
please, because when Brandy sitting up in my room was on Honey, we were all singing to that song up in the car.
Yeah, but that's like 2 minutes before we had to park the car. En route for that 2 hour and something drive, I was you know, I was forced to listen to some, it's not crap, but
you know what I will say, it's really nice to listen, and it's kind of like when you're riding around and having that throwback feel. It's really nice because the music nowadays sucks, and it's nice to put on those icons and those legends from the 80s, 90s, or just people that maybe they were one-hit wonders or whatever. Those artists that had good music, and it's like when you think about it, it's like, man, we were vibing to the 90s. Like, 90s was all about feel good. Let's have a good time. You know, let's enjoy life type of thing. So it was refreshing to not feel like I'm in an EDM club all day, or listen to somebody's ratchet, drop it, pop it, suck it, lick it all day either. You know what I mean? Like, they were just very creative about their message in their music, and it might be similar. The message was similar about sex, a love, or whatever like that, but it was a nice taste to it, and so I enjoyed it. I love to be taken back 15, 20 years and have a good time. Shout out to Randy and Maine. I enjoyed both of you this weekend. Jermaine, aka Maine, he's a fellow Libra, so our energy was very much so similar, and we had this theme for LaToya Jackson and her show, Life on Top. I love that show, and I love LaToya Jackson. So shout out to you, Maine and Randy. Randy was so eclectically cool. Like, everything about him was just great, and I love. He was the type of person that would listen, observe what's going on, and when he had his punchlines, when he responds, it's hilarious. And
Randy is one of those quiet observers, because you never know that he's hearing you, but he hears every fucking word. He was sitting in the back seat, and me and Harold were talking like we would think amongst ourselves. And Randy would just chime in and start laughing at what we saying and shit, and hearing every word we saying. Like, I'm gonna miss Jermaine, I'm gonna miss Randy. Oh my God, there's so many people that I've met in the last 6 months that I'm gonna miss. Y'all saw my shower confessional videos where I was sad as shit, on the verge of depression in my motherfucking shower confessional videos because I was alone and shit in New York. Not no more. The last 6 months, I've been everywhere. I've been meeting everybody. I've been doing so many things, and it's right where I'm moving. When I'm moving from fucking New York, it's fucking retarded.
It
but
happens
we get to the island, and you have to take the car, park the car, and get on the ferry to go to Fire Island. And en route to Fire Island was some beautiful, beautiful men. And you know when you eye fucking somebody and you think they cute and they think you cute, and y'all acknowledge that through eyes. Well, I did that with one particular person that was in a group of like the pretty boy muscle-bound gays. And when we get on the island, we all, both groups, my group and that group, kind of set up our tents together. So the whole time we were on the beach, we were still eye-fucking each other. But the boy wasn't going to say shit to me and come up to me. I'm kind of like over that. Like, if we acknowledge each other, be bold enough to come up and step up. But I guess I had to be the guy to do that or whatever. But I was just enjoying my time. I didn't want to do that. So I engaged in the brown skin, the light brown skin, and I was like, okay, you gonna be my little beach boo. And because I did that, the one that was eye fucking me in the beginning was like, I'm good, I don't want to talk to you no more. I'm like, damn, it's really like that? He was like, yeah. I was like, but we've been eye fucking each other all day. He was like, yep. He was like, I was like, so you wasn't gonna say anything to me? He was like, maybe, maybe not. I was like, oh, okay. He was mad that I chose someone else to boo up there on the beach.
I think that's so pathetic and stupid. It's like, if you're gonna be having this mutual I fuck, he calls it.
Right.
Like, someone has to say something. And what I will say is I'm very passive too. But I'm very passive and very just kind of like very Janet Jackson like
yes.
And very, you know.
So maybe he was too.
But what I will say about myself, and a lot of people don't know this, if there is a mutual thing going on and I'm sure of it, and if that guy doesn't make the first move, it might kill me, so I will go up and make that first move because I'm interested, and I just feel like, you know, that's kind of his loss. You know, I mean, like, hey, like, if you wanted to say something and you know, were feeling the energy that my friend was given and vice versa, you know, come up and talk to him. He doesn't buy it, that type of thing. But to clarify, I wasn't eye-fucking anyone. I actually enjoyed myself, me and Chanel, my glasses, and I was in this very bohemian top and these nice bohemian. It was nice and flowy. It had, I'm sorry guys, my voice, I'm still a little hoarse from this weekend. But it had like this little like netted top. It was very beachy and fun, and I had a really good time on the beach. I really did it, and like you said, we met some incredible people. Absolutely.
Fire Island is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's two sides to the island. There's Pine Groves, the rich white side, and then there's Cherry Grove, the not so rich white side, where all the regular, real down to earth type of folk go, and that's where we were. Pine Grove side, you can't really get nude on the beach. Cherry Grove side, you can get nude on the beach. I got nude on the beach. I was the only one in the group, in both groups, that got nude on the beach. Everybody was like really bomb because they didn't get nude on the beach. I'm like the one in the group that's really just gonna have fun. Actually, no, man got nude, but he got nude in the water.
Yeah. The water was kind of cold.
It was warm. Once you got into it, it was really warm.
I didn't. See, maybe I was just so focused on, getting my feet wet. No, because that was flowing in the wind, thank you. I was just getting my feet wet.
Wait till y'all see the video with him doing the Baywatch walk. I think I'm gonna have it play right now. Now, do y'all see him doing the little beach Baywalk, running, get the slow-mo rock? I'm like, what the hell? Child, what was you going through?
You just feel the breeze on the beach. That I'm telling you, and I was just running with it, and it came out very Baywatch-y, Pamela Anderson meets Carmela Electra. But I had a great time, and it was one moment when I was sitting on the beach and everybody was in their own thing doing their thing. Thanks to me, I actually had a seat. Sometimes we were out there for hours, and sometimes when we've been standing around a long time, it's nice to take a seat. So I sat down, and I'm telling you, for about 30 minutes, I just shut out the world and was able to just relax. And I heard nothing but the sound of that ocean water. And that was so beautiful. That was so beautiful.
He fell asleep. He was knocked out. I should have recorded him.
Yeah. Oh, no, don't do that.
I'm going to tell y'all, just a little hint for all the freaks out there like me. I'm a freak. If you want a freak on the beach, get a tent where the walls aren't see-through. Oh. That tent Maine got from Walmart, shout out to Walmart for $50, that red and gray tent. That tent came in handy for my last trips to the beach. I'm so mad I'm moving, like, oh my God, I'm so mad I'm moving. When I think about Atlanta and I think about Florida, none of those places have what New York has. Like, no other place has a gay island that you can escape from. Beaches where gays can easily come together and enjoy themselves on the beach. Atlanta doesn't have beaches. In Florida, not every beach is gay in Florida. The clubs, to the activities, to the beauty in the city. Although New York City is really, really dirty, there are some renovated areas like Hell's Kitchen, like the Piers, Chelsea, all of these areas that have some great renovated areas, even Williamsburg and Brooklyn, like beautiful areas where anybody, gay, straight, whatever, can walk the streets and have a good time, get some good food, and just enjoy life. And I am going to miss that part about New York the most. I really am. I'm over the expensive life, and I'm over the weather in New York, but the people and the things that you can do in New York trumps Florida and Atlanta and anywhere else that I've been to in the world. Really, it does. And I'm really going to miss that. I'm moving to Florida Monday, this coming Monday, and I got some of my buddies down there are ready to turn up when I get down there and everything, and the living situation is going to be a little bit better for me, but my mind is just like drained because I cannot believe I'm leaving New York. I've been in New York since 2003, and I'm very apprehensive, very nervous, very scared of this new move. And I'm sure once I get down there, and realistically, I'm thinking I'm going to need almost 3 weeks to a month to fully mentally calm down and be okay with the move. But I told Devin, I said, child, I'm be going through, I'm gonna be mentally fucked when I get down there because my whole life is changing. And someone like me, I appreciate change around me, but I don't appreciate change up in here. Like, this is too much. Once I get used to something, I'm used to it. I don't want too much to change. And so it's just gonna be weird. It's just gonna be really, really weird.
Well, you pick the phone and call me. I'm here for you. That's the friend and the Libra thing. We're always open. That's what friends are for. See, I wouldn't even go try it because I can't sing.
Sunday, we went to Six Flags, and Devin don't do nobody's rides. Devin don't do the kiddie rides. Devin don't do the mediocre rides, and Devin don't do the adult rides whatsoever. He said that he won't, and he said that he doesn't. But for me, I kind of thought that I could persuade him, if the whole group was going to be involved in the ride, that he was going to get on the ride. Devin aimed to do Skull Mountain at Great Adventures, and if y'all know what Skull Mountain is at Great Adventures, I'm sure y'all done threw up the hat and was like, what the fuck, Devin, why didn't you do Skull Mountain? He was like, okay, let's go, we going, we all in line. Going into the dark tunnel, if y'all know what Skull Mountain is, and then we get midway before we turn around, Devin's gone. I'm like, what the hell?
I went to go take a seat because I just didn't want to go on. They were trying to convince me to go on, and so I didn't want to go on. And I told them up front. And see, you know, here's the thing. I used to actually work at Six Flags Great America back in Gurnee, Illinois. It's, you know, of course, in New York, so it's a lot bigger than Gurnee. But I used to work there, and I worked there for like 2 or 3 summers, from like 16 to 18 or whatever. So I used to ride a lot of the rides there, but I'm not really into kind of the whole roller coaster type of thing. I know that's like the main attraction when you go to Six Flags Great America, but that's not what I wanted really into. You know, I'm the type, we go to Six Flags, you know, I'm a little older and I have some children. I would love for them, you know, 7 and under, me going, you know, we can ride the little carousel or walk around and play little games. I like that type of thing, you know. And I know that some people are going to be like, well, you could do that in like a town or like a little, what do you call it? Fair. But no, I actually like that in amusement parks because there's so many games, there's so many things that you can see.
But I didn't want to do the games.
But I did a few rides though. I did the, what do you call it?
Teacups.
The teacups were so much fun. Oh my gosh, I had a blast with the teacup guys. Like seriously, we were all like, going all like this. It was a lot of fun. And then also I did the little parachute thing when it takes you up and it brings you down. That was cool. You know how you get on something and it's like ooh, like, you know, you start from the ground and it takes you all the way up and it's like a gasp of air goes through your body and you're just like, ugh. You know, that's all just that little tingly feeling that goes to your body. I loved that, and that was like the best part of that ride. And the little zip line, the little M&M cart, I went on that, and it was so cool to kind of see like the park from that perspective because it was almost like I was able to do like a 180 on each side and just be able to just see. I was a little terrified though because it was so high, and we're on this little thin cable line. But, and I actually went in with Randy, and I was like, Randy, aren't you gonna say something? I'm so nervous up in here. And he was just enjoying himself, using his phone and stuff, but I liked it. You know, I went on a few things, 3 things, and I enjoyed, you know, I paid my money to go, but I actually enjoyed myself. So some people would be like, girl, you could have stayed at home, or boy, you didn't have to go for that, but I actually enjoyed it.
It just sucked, because I wanted all 4 of us to actually get on a ride and scream and have fun together, but he kind of took that joy away from me. And so it was a bit, but I had to get over it because he adopted similar connections despite our differences. And I let him be child, like whatever, I'm done talking about it. He grown, I'm grown, I'm just enjoying myself and get on the ride.
Well, but, you had Harold, and I had Randy. See, Randy was, you know, you go with people, if you want to go in a group, you split up or whatever, you do with people that's on your type of speed, honey. Randy knew exactly what was going on over here. We were mutual, and so were you and Harold. I mean, I think Randy went on maybe a ride more than I did, but we were cool in our own, you know, spaces. But since it was his birthday and that type of thing, I can understand how he would want, you know, all 4 of us, but they were going on those crazy roller coasters, and I'm just not down for that. You're not finna flip me in the air.
Here's what I'm gonna tell y'all.
Sorry.
Y'all already know the story. I almost got killed and all that in my apartment, blah, 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 all that good shit. I'm a person that feels that here today, going tomorrow, and life is extremely short. And that's part of the reason why I'm moving so far to Florida, because I want to experience a new experience, although I'm a Miss New York, but I want to be able to do as much as I can while I'm here and while I'm able to breathe and live and all of that. And so New York is definitely going to give me a different experience, a different journey, something else to be able to talk about in life. I don't want to live and die in the same state. And I don't want to live and die and not experience as much as I can with some people that I would actually call my friends. And You know, I've never been on a ride with like 4 or 5 or 6 of us all together on a ride screaming and enjoying it. So that's kind of like what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? And so for me again, like I couldn't understand how the hell he got on that high ass parachute thing that drops straight down. It's like 150 feet in the air or some shit. Goes all the way up and drops straight down. But he couldn't get on the damn Skull Mountain. It just does not make sense to me whatsoever, because you're sitting in this little ass chair just like what we're sitting on. Nothing's really protecting you but a guardrail, and you all the way up in the air and the shit just drops you.
It's not like a giant drop. It's like it's very slow up and it's very slow down. There's no dips, there's no turns, there's no rush.
I still couldn't understand it. Really so for me it's like I guess that's what my aggravation was, because it just doesn't make it just wasn't making sense to me. Why would you? I don't know. But at the end of the day, I had a good time. I'm glad that I went. It was another great experience, because he never been to Great Adventures. Randy never been to Great Adventures. So was the first. And it was the first that him and I actually been to an amusement park. So it was quite a few firsts. So I had a good time. Anytime your ass go to the amusement park, get the fucking Flash Pass. Because no matter what, you will be sitting in line for a good 45 to an hour and a half waiting to get on one little 5-second one, not even a minute ride. Like, it just does not.
That's if you want to ride the roller coasters. If you're in my type of speed and like to just enjoy the park and go and pick and choose what you want to get on, you'll be fine. Because you don't need the flash pass. But if you are a roller coaster junkie like my friend over here, definitely get it. It's a good investment.
What do you think about Dawn punching Aubrey in the back of the head? And what do you think about Danity Kane not getting back together?
Well, I like the song Lemonade, and I was really rooting for them. You know, Damage was my stuff, and back in 2005 when it came out, they had those 2 albums. I like them, but unfortunately things happen in groups. You have your ups and downs. I don't necessarily condone violence, but I was not there in the studio when it happens and all of that situation, so I can't really say, but I mean, if she punched her, got into a fight or whatever like that, I mean, that's kind of, you know, can we just resolve our differences without getting to a physical altercation? I know sometimes you can't help it because people take you there, and the girls and Aubrey and Shannon could have taken them there. I don't know, I wasn't there, so it's all speculation. Their side, and Shannon and Aubrey's statement versus Dawn's statement, they're 2 completely different current events on their own personal opinion. But this just saddens me, because I was really rooting for those girls. But Dawn, that's
I don't think she's gonna get anywhere solo. I mean, she's dropped 2 to 3 EPs or LPs, whatever Ps you call them. LP is full length, and EP is short. Whatever, Golden Heart, Heart Golden, Heartbreak, and Black Raven, all those albums, she released all those albums, and yet she's still an independent artist. Like, you're an amazing talent. So is Aubrey, so is Shannon. All the girls are amazing solo, but they are not gonna get anywhere solo. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not going to happen. So why not bring the group back together? I don't know what the fuck is wrong with the dynamic of the group behind the scenes, but on stage and in the studio, they are grade A. And it just really sucks that you can't put your egos and your prides aside and just let the shit ride and make that money. Like, I know that it's easier said than done. You gotta be able to gel with the people that you're working with, and you gotta be able to get along. But why the fuck tease everybody and say y'all gonna come back? There was a reason why y'all broke up. It wasn't just about Diddy, it wasn't just about whatever. It was some interpersonal shit that disrupted the group to begin with. That's why D Woods didn't fucking bring her ass back. There was a reason why y'all broke up, okay? Now, if y'all aren't adult enough to get over that, whatever reason that was, and get back together, you should not have gotten back together, played with our emotions as fans, and then fuck shit up again. Andrea knew some shit was gonna go down. That's why her ass laughed talking about she wanted to get married and all that. I'm sure she probably did, but she was like,
pregnant too, so she was well.
But she was like, fuck this child, I'm done with this shit. This shit don't make no sense. I'm not dealing with this shit again. And I know D Woods and Andre probably not laughing, but D Woods is laughing because the shit don't make no sense. Dawn ended up deleting all her Instagram shits, and I'm just like, child, bye, girl.
And Aubrey and Shannon even wished her a happy birthday after, you know, supposedly Dawn, you know, did whatever she did. You know, it's unfortunate that it happens, and we as fans, at least we got lemonade. I know.
Mrs. Doubtfire passed away. Now, he researched the whole situation, so I don't really know too much about that, but can you explain what happened?
I'm just real sad about it because certain, you know, being a late 80s baby like myself and growing up, really your childhood flourishing in front of your eyes in the 90s, there's certain iconic people that were just, you couldn't escape them, like a Michael Jackson, like a Jim Carrey, and, you know, the same retrospect with like a Robin Williams. Robin Williams was incredible. The movie Jack was awesome. The Good Hunter, I think that was the name of it. Jumanji.
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting. I'm sorry, excuse me. Jumanji. My favorite.
Aladdin.
Aladdin. Oh my God, how could I forget Aladdin? But my favorite album was Miss Doubtfire. I just
album.
Miss Doubtfire.
You said my favorite album was
Oh,
Miss
sorry.
Doubtfire.
My favorite movie out of all of those was Mrs. Doubtfire. I enjoyed that movie, and it made over $450 million globally. It was one of the best comedy movies. Well, it was comedy, but it had a thick storyline to it. But it was just one of the best movies, and he just really shaped and just put a huge light. And I was telling Wesley last night when we found out that, you know, that he had passed, and some of the most some of the most beloved celebrities, you know, for example, Robin Williams, who gave so much laughter and humor to our eyes through his career and his work, could sometimes be the most lonely and depressed people. It's not about the money, and it's not about the fame. People think because you have money and fame that you're supposed to be just everything is a great, different lifestyle. But I can understand how people and how, you know, in our world maybe would think that because, you know, maybe because they feel like, yeah, fame and money is just better. But no, they probably go through more problems than we do. I mean, they're still humans just like we are, but I mean, you know, more money, more problems or whatever like that. And, you know, he was dealing with himself, and it's just so sad. It's such a tragic loss, and I took it really hard last night. Robin Williams was very influential in my upbringing. So
he's gonna be missed. He definitely is. I just can't understand, like you said, how when you think of the Lindsay Lohans and you think of the Robin Williams and you think of the Amy Winehouses and all of these people that have so many options in their lives, I just don't understand how they succumb to the demons and the devils of the drugs and the alcohols and the depressions, and I don't understand it because I'm not a part of that tax bracket, and I don't know what happens once you get your first million. I guess the life for you just completely changes and your world around you changes. But I don't know, like, I've been broke too long in my life. Maybe it's because a lot of these people get rich in their 20s and shit. And so, but I've been broke for all of my life. So for me to finally receive some money, like the Tyler Perrys in the world, you're not gonna have me depressed and strung out and one. Like, I just don't, it sucks that people aren't mentally strong and able to just overpower any of the negative energy that comes with once you reach that new tax bracket. And I, for one, child, bye, girl. Let me get $1 million. Child, bye, girl. Let me start a movie that did $400 million. Child, it just sucks that it's just really, really sad that we have these individuals that aren't strong enough to overcome. It just really sucks, and my heart goes out to all of these people. It really does.
You know, Hollywood is really a different world, and You know, it's a very dark and creative and artistic, and a lot of crazy things go on in Hollywood, and we will never understand because we're not in those times. But he doesn't understand, but you know, I can see. I know.
Can you see Rihanna going through a deep depression?
I can see any high-profile celebrity going through a deep depression. You just don't understand what's going on.
But see, my thing is at this point,
it's not about, I have $50 million, everything's just happy. No, like, stop thinking about the material things. Stop thinking about the money. It's a different...
Child, girl, you already know. My thing is these...
Not that simple, is what I'm saying.
70% of these people get into the business because of the fame, the glory, and the money.
No, the fame is after your talent. No,
right. A lot of them say that they love it, and this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, and all of that.
When you want to be an actor, right? So
this is what I want to do.
You're a thespian yourself. He practices.
I love this.
No.
And then my thing is, okay, if we in 2000. This is not 1933. Okay, we already know what Hollywood is gonna give you. We already know what Hollywood is gonna bring you. Especially these young pop Rita Oras of the world, and the Iggy Azaleas of the world, and the Nicki Minaj's, and the Rihannas, and the Beyonces, and the Katy Perry's. Bitch, y'all know what the fuck y'all getting y'all asses into. Okay, you love to sing, you love to be an actress, you love to be in the movies and all that shit. You know what the fuck your ass is getting into. Now,
because you have an idea, or you might know what you're getting into.
Girl.
Once you get into it, it can be a whole different world. We will never understand.
You need to understand because we see what happened to Michael Jackson. We see what happened to Bobby Brown. We see what happened to Whitney Houston. We see what happened to all these Amy Winehouse. Once again, we see it. Before Rihanna came out, bitch knew what the fuck was going on in the industry. So my thing is, if Rihanna all of a sudden has this deep depression, okay, yeah, she's in a different world that I will never understand, great. But girl, you already knew what kind of hints of a world your ass was getting in. So if you at this point can't figure out that you need to surround yourself with humble, hard rock type of individuals,
those
your ass don't need to
are
get
not in the industry. What is he talking about?
You telling me Rihanna don't have home friends that follows her all everywhere, and she says get them first class and they ride and popping pussies when they got them first class.
First of all,
private jet.
First of all,
tell me that going on.
This video is not about Rihanna because she's not dealing with the depression.
Because I'm saying you be quick to defend Rihanna on any given instance. Be like, well, Rihanna is the queen, honey. Rihanna is photoshopping, modeling with Iman and
first of all, let's stay focused on the topic at hand. I'm gonna have to take over his channel because clearly he can't stay focused. So let's stay focused. We were discussing the tragic death of Robin Williams and what depression and how one can come from depression, and looking at the industry itself. You know, there's many people in the industry have seeked out and getting help. Matter of fact, Shaka Khan, Lindsay Lohan, and Robin Williams all at one time were in the same rehab facility.
That rehab facility need to go out of business.
You know, Shaka dealt with her things. You know, she's been in rehab. She was just recently in rehab not too long ago. Wow. So was Robin Williams. So was Lindsay Lohan. We don't know. We don't know. All we can do is speculate. Oh, well, I don't know. Until you're in their shoes, you don't know. And
Give me your bank account.
So it's not about the money. I hate that. It's not about having more money. You think because you have $150 million, your world is going to be great?
Not necessarily.
I personally know a millionaire, and it's not like that. Trust me. It's not like that.
What I think is the money gives them a world that we don't know about. Obviously.
Good and bad.
Right.
Pros and cons, honey.
Right.
It's not all great peaches and cream because you have some millions.
Right. And I didn't say that. But what I said is, calm down. What I said is, give me your money so that I can enter this world. Okay? And I guarantee, because I'm used to third world opinion. I am. third-party perspective opinion. I've been dealing with this shit for 7 years now. I'm used to hearing people tweet and seeing people tweet about shit that they have absolutely no idea what the fuck is going on in my world. Y'all, some of y'all, y'all don't know what the fuck I go through. So I've already dealt with it on a small, broke-ass scale. Yeah. Give me some money and put me in that world. Because I've already had this mental condition of dealing with certain shit, all I got to say is this. When you put yourself in a public light, you need to know who the fuck to deal with and who not to deal with. I know of a lot of people, but I only deal with a small few. And when people step over boundaries, I cut their ass the fuck off. You read some text messages the other day of somebody that I cut off. I am done. Blocks, delete, spam, all that shit. I'm done with that person. Put yourself around people that's going to keep you humble, that's going to keep you grounded. Have that mental spirit already, because once you do enter that world of luxury and being able to do anything you fucking want to do because you wave a dollar in somebody's face, you can. But that's why you need to have savings and all of that. And child, I had money last year. I got that money this year? Hell the fuck no. Am I in a deep depression because my world is about to change? Hell the fuck no. Well, not many people is in my shoes. Not many people was making the tax bracket I was making last year, and all that shit was taken away from me. Am I wanting to kill myself? No. Okay? You gotta move the fuck on, get your shit together. And that's what I'm saying. I'm speaking from experiences on my small ass scale. But there are levels to this shit. Some of y'all ain't even on my level with the money that I was making.
You get into the $20 million bracket, honey, and trust me, it's a hierarchy.
You get to the bracket that not many people could say that they made $120,000 a year. Not many people at all can say that. Some people don't even make that. Okay, so this is what I'm saying.
We're talking about millions of dollars. We're talking about the spotlight. We're talking about your move being followed everywhere you go. I'm telling you, if I became in this entertainment industry, Devin will change. People that would know me from me now, they would definitely see a different Devin, because I already know this. I know. Not to say that my core values would change, that I would change completely, but there will be things about me that would change. I will become very much so more private, more shelled. I probably won't be able to deal with a camera in my face every 5 minutes. Oh my God, like they go through a lot of stuff. And it's not even the celebrities, they're children. Like I'm so happy that they're starting to do things about photographers ambushing the celebrities' kids, because they're not, that's shit.
All I'm gonna say is I get all of that, and I can understand how that would make someone lose their mind.
Hello?
But we're in the 2000s, and this shit is not new. This one over here be the first one to tell me, well, this is what you should expect this. This is the industry, and this is what happens, and blah, 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 blah. And you can expect it to change, and da, 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 and this is what they want, and da, 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 da. He'd be the first one to tell me that. So at the end of the day, I see it. I see the MTVs, I see the BETs, I see the Instagrams, I see the tweets. I already have a blueprint of what it's going to be like. Now you need to make a conscious decision on if that's the world that you want. From all these suicides and all these deaths and deep depressions that we see, these early deaths, your ass need to figure out, is that what you really want? And when you make a conscious decision to kind of do that life and shit, and you're in that world, you need to be able to deal with it. You do. At this point, I'm just saying, if we just started out in the early 60s, well, then I would be like, okay, girl, I understand, girl. We need to, girl, I'm here for you.
But in the early 60s, they didn't have as much paparazzi and stuff that they have now. Celebrities back in the 80s, back in the 80s, 70s, it was a different type of thing.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, know what the fuck you're getting yourself into. That's it.
You might, getting yourself into. And what I'll say at the end of the day, you might have an idea. You might have been informed what you're getting yourself into, but once you get into it, it can be a whole different world.
And I agree. And I agree.
I'm siding more with that, because I already know. Let me make it into the industry. I have.
What you gonna do when the Illuminati calls your phone?
I don't know what he's talking about. But what I will say is, let me make it into the industry and something.
I wonder what Rihanna said when the Illuminati called her. I wonder what that conversation was going on with, because y'all already know Rihanna know about 5 motherfuckers in the Illuminati. I'm not saying she's a part of it. I'm not saying she's a part of it, but I'm saying Rihanna got that motherfucking call. Hell to the yes, Rihanna got that call. Hell, Brandy got that motherfucking call. I wonder what the conversation was with Brandy when Brandy got that call from the Illuminati.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Child, bye, girl. That's when the world would get fucked up if the Illuminati, if these motherfuckers call my phone and be like, Wesley, we want you to be part of the Illuminati.
Oh my God.
That's when my world would change. I'd be like, what the fuck is going on? No, y'all, honey. Do I have to suck the devil's dick? I'm confused. What are we talking about right now?
Oh my God. I am completely lost right now. That's Wesley talking. That is not me talking. I have no idea what he's talking about.
That's the only thing I believe will change for my world is when the Illuminati calls my phone. That's the only thing I have no idea what's going on. I wonder what Tyler Perry said. Did Medea come out of Tyler Perry when the Illuminati called his phone? That's what I want to know, because that's when you and I have no idea about the world. You've had some money before. You've had at least some thousands or something that you was like, child, I can't believe what I'm going to do with this money. Okay, fine. Thousands doesn't equate to millions. I get that. But once you get into that world, child, I'm just saying, let me into that world. I just will change my number if the Illuminati calls.
I don't know what he's talking about. Someone calling. I don't associate. I don't know what that is. But what I will say is,
what you're not gonna do is expect to bump on this video. You're supposed to be the one keeping it real.
I am keeping it real. But I will say is, he's tripping right now. He's done some research, something, whatever.
So has Devin. Devin thinks the Illuminati is watching this video, and Devin doesn't want to be targeted.
I don't know what he's talking about. What is he talking about? This guy, seriously, no. Back on the subject at hand, I just know.
You're not done with it yet?
No. I just know if I entered I'm gonna pinch him. I just know if I entered the industry, you just don't know what you're getting yourself into completely. You have an idea, and yes, people say, oh, she signed up or he signed up for that. You know, but signing up for your talent and having an idea of what you hear, what you see, and then also getting into it, it can completely be a 360. That's all I'm saying. And rest in peace to the beloved icons, Robin Williams. May your comedy and the laughter that you, may your comedy and your personality live through film. I thank you so much for being a part of my childhood. Also, rest in peace to Maya Angelou and Leon Horn passed away as well. So it's just, Leon Horn passed away a while ago. I'm sorry, Ruby D? Ruby D recently, excuse me. Ruby D passed away, and she's another.
Can you imagine what Maya went through in her lifetime? Child, and she died of natural causes. So shout out to Maya for being able to deal with that type of world with strength and perseverance, and the black powerful woman that she was. Thank God, because Lord knows, you know what the fuck Oprah go through? Child, Barack Obama, bitch. Yes, God, honey. I shout out to all them black powerful figures that's letting us know how to live in that type of lifestyle. Because you know Oprah got that Illuminati call, and she's still going through the motions. Thank you to everybody out there, and
I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks for watching AK Connections. Where we adopt some connections.
Despite our differences.
Have a great day.
Illuminati, don't call me.
I don't know what he's talking about.